I'm just gonna bite the bullet and say it. The dark days of Assassin's Creed are over.
The Wicked Witch of the West is dead.
And we are now in a fresh new age with an upcoming title that will hopefully keep the trend going. Hey fellow gamer, and welcome to my channel. When it comes to Assassin's Creed, I have to be completely honest with you. I stopped playing after Origins.
Squidward.
Don't get me wrong, I thought Origins was an awesome game, and I was totally down for a different direction in the series, but something just happened with Odyssey that I was, for lack of a better term, appalled by what was going on.
I'm gonna start with a gentle cleaning.
I was seeing a whole lot of running around and mindless chores, only to get just a little further in the story, and that was just not my cup of tea, and definitely not why I've been playing these games thus far. But we are luckily past this point, and Ubisoft has decided to reinvent their formula, but I think for the better this time, which brings us to Assassin's Creed Mirage. I had low expectations for this game given my last experience, but this was actually a pleasant little surprise.
That's really not too bad.
I immediately noticed that this game was going back to the basics, because guess what? It was a bite-sized experience, whereas the past couple of titles bit off a little bit more than they could chew. Mirage has a smaller game map, simple yet pleasing combat, and resourceful world design which lets you focus more on story and progression, resulting in an actually playable game. The story is also pretty digestible with interesting and memorable characters that keep you on your toes asking yourself who really is right in this forever war between assassins and Templars, or rather the Hidden Ones and the Order of the Ancients. And as a cherry on top, to really make you aware that they're going back to their roots, they've made similarities to the original Assassin's Creed from 2007, like the Middle Eastern setting and the resurgence of bureaus located on rooftops throughout the city. These improvements were all subtle, but in my opinion necessary to lay the groundwork for future games if we're wanting to continue with the classic approach. This brings me to the next entry in the franchise known as Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is slated to release just later this month. And while I want to see more of the same improvements in this game, there are a few things that I would like to play out differently. In Mirage, I did notice some slightly choppy parkour, almost as if there were pauses in between each jump, which ends up breaking immersion for me.
Parkour! Michael, parkour!
I think the perfect model of successful parkour is Assassin's Creed Unity in its fully patched version. It really is so fluid and so satisfying to watch with no hiccups at all. I also wouldn't mind seeing some more present-day story involved in Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Hey, what's the matter you, Altair?
That's racist.
You're racist.
Really? This is what you guys are doing.
I really think that the only modern day ties in Mirage were the desynchronized messages when you die and William Miles' little intro dialogue in the beginning. I know why it wasn't all that appealing before, but I still think they can get a good protagonist in there like Desmond Miles. Lastly, if there's going to be any precursor involvement in Shadows, I pray to God that it won't be confusing. I feel like I'm either too slow to catch on what happens with ancient artifacts and gods and myths and theories, or these games just jump from one gimmick to another. I'm still very much excited for Shadows though, and I'm really curious to see how it will hold up against the likes of Ghost of Tsushima, which also has a Japanese setting in a similar time period. I hold Ghost of Tsushima in a very high regard though, so Shadows will have to really impress me in order for me to compare the two. Do you think Ubisoft is back on track? Or have they completely lost their footing? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more gaming content. See you next time!